Alright, so this next section is 11.4 volumes and prisms and cylinders. So here you're going to be able to find the volume of a prism and the volume of a cylinder using the following formulas. So just a quick reminder, the volume is the space that a figure occupies. So think of it of, let's say you had a water bottle, right? Like we have one here. And you want to find out how much water it takes up to fill up this whole container. So again, that is what the volume would be. Volume is the measure of cubic units, such as cubic inches, cubic feet, cubic meters, and there should be a cubed here, etc. So the volume of a cube is the cube of the length of the edges, E, or V equals E to the third power. So basically all you're doing is, in order to find the volume, all you're doing is taking the area of the base times the height of the prism. So let's go ahead and look at the following next part. So the volume of the prism is the product of the area of the base and the height of the prism. So it's just going to be B equals base times height. Remember, the big B represents the area of the base, so it depends what the shape of the base is. Okay, so let's look at the first problem. Find the volume of the rectangular prism at the right. So here we have a rectangular prism. So again, all you're doing is taking 24, multiplying by 20 and 10. So the volume again is the area of the base. So it's a rectangle. So the area of a rectangle is base times height. So we take 24 times 20 times the height, which ends up being 10 centimeters. So if we go ahead and plug it in, you should end up with 4,800 centimeters cubed. Alright, so I want you guys to go ahead and try the other example. So pause the video and go ahead and find the volume of the other example. So when you go ahead and find the volume, you should have end up with 54 feet cubed. Alright, so now moving on to the next part. Finding now the volume of a triangular prism. So same thing, the volume is just going to be the area of the base times the height. So now look here, you have a triangle now as your bases, because remember your bases are the two parallel sides of the prism. So the triangle is our base. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the triangle. We already know that the height is always perpendicular to the bases. So the height is 10 inches. Okay, so here we have 8 and 8. But in order to find the area of the triangle, we need to find the height of the triangle. So we're going to go ahead and draw the height. So we know all sides are 8. So we're dividing this equally. So the sides are end up being 4. So then you're going to go ahead and we notice it's a equilateral triangle. What do we know about equilateral triangle? That all the angles are 60 degrees all around. So if we divide it by half, it's just going to be 30, 60, 90 triangles. It's going to be 4, 8. So that means the height has to be 4 radical 3 of the triangle. So now let's go ahead and find the volume. So the volume is going to be the area of the triangle, which is 1/2 my base, which my base is 8, times the height of the triangle, which is 4 radical 3, times, again, the height of the whole entire prism, which is 10 inches. So if you plug it into a calculator, you should end up with approximately 277 inches cubed. Alright, so again, pause this video and I want you guys to go ahead and try that together. Alright, similarly for the together, again, you're finding the volume here of this prism is a triangular prism. So if you find the volume, you should end up with 22.5 feet cubed. Okay, so notice it's a right triangle and these two sides are congruent, so you already have the base and the height, so you could just easily take the area of the triangle. So it should be 1/2 3, the base, 3 times the height, 3 times the height of the prism, which is 5. And that's how you end up with 22.5. Okay, so now let's go ahead and look at the next part. Cylinder, so same thing. This cylinder, find the volume of the cylinder is the product of the area of the base and the height of the cylinder. So remember, base times height. But now here, my area of the base, again, the base of a cylinder is circle. So you just take the area of the circle, which is pi r squared, pi r squared times the height. So that will be the volume of the cylinder. So now let's go ahead and find the volume of the cylinder. Right over here. This problem right here. So the volume of the cylinder, again, is going to be V equals pi. My radius is 3 squared times the height of the cylinder, which is 8. So then once you plug it into the calculator, you should end up with 72 pi centimeters cubed.